Hey Facebook, it's your friendly nosy neighbor, Jessica Carton with the Murdock Manwaring Company, and we are here excited to talk about another local business. By the way, if you love local businesses and you want to keep in the know on all things local, make sure to like and follow our page and let us know if there's a business that you really would like us to highlight. We highlight local businesses and help them grow. We love that. And if you love real estate, like we love real estate, head over to the Murdock Manwaring Company page and like and follow us there. It is a hot market. It is crazy, wild things going on in real estate, and we'd love to help you buy or sell. That's how we can pay for doing all this on Nosy Neighbors. Is we don't charge businesses any money because we make our money in real estate. So we'd love to help you. Today, we are at 675 Anderson. We are right behind Fred Meyer, almost at the corner of Northgate Mile and Anderson, which then turns into Lincoln Road. So we're right here at the corner. This is an older part of town. We're on the back, actually, of what used to be the Cal store, Cal Ranch store. So you might know exactly where we are. We are talking today with Arcane Marketing. Now, Arcane Marketing is not just marketing. They have quite a few little different things going on. And so it's going to be a fun, exciting interview to talk about the things they're doing here locally in our community. Let's go and take a look. I love hearing the sound of the train. That reminds me of my youth. So here we go. So this will give us a little hint on what we've got going on here.
Hey, hey, hey.
Well, hey.
Hey,
So
what's
we're
happening?
the Nosy Neighbors. Can we ask a few questions about Arcane Marketing?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
tell us who you are.
My name's Ryan Harris. I'm the CEO and founder, creator, of RiseX and RiseCon.
Aha! We saw
one of
that
the
coming
businesses
in.
that we own and operate here.
We said there might be a couple facets of this little operation here.
Yeah.
And we got somebody else. Oh, fancy meeting someone else. Or tell us who you are.
So I'm Nathan Hawks. I'm the president of Arcane Marketing.
Well, fancy meeting you two guys right here in the lobby.
Yeah.
How convenient that is. All right, so tell us, what is Arcane Marketing, RiseX? What is it?
Go ahead.
Well, so Arcane Marketing is a digital marketing agency. We perform basically 5 things right now. Well, recently added a 6th, but it's web design, search engine optimization, pay-per-click management, social media advertising and social media posting, and videography and photography. And then the last one that we just added now is there's training and sales training and corporate training. that are part of it.
Fantastic. So who is your customer? Who's going to come to Arcane? Who should walk in this door for your services?
Man, you know, the truth is that just about anybody can. We have, it feels like, a particular specialty in several niches. Mm-hmm. We are phenomenal with medical industry, like dentists. We have HVAC and plumbers are a big deal for us. Lawyers and attorneys, service providers are, like, we seem to win a lot with those guys.
Because now the new marketing is not billboards and phone books and that, right? You've got to have a social presence, even if you're a plumber,
you know,
or a dentist's office, right?
Yes, and that's because that's where everybody's attention is. And so we're able to put you in front of people who probably need you and don't realize who you are. You know, there's 2 things that end up happening. There are people that know what they want, and then they go look for it, and maybe they go to Google, or maybe they go to Facebook or Instagram or something, just kind of looking, or maybe they're asking people. Mm-hmm. And then there are people who know what they want but don't know who they should talk to. And so there's those 2 types of categories, and we want to make sure that you take advantage of both.
And nobody goes, let's go get the yellow pages out and flip to plumbers and go through that, right?
They don't? They
No.
don't do that anymore?
I don't think so. I
Are
think
you sure?
tried that. And I don't even know if that exists anymore.
I think the yellow book went from about this big to about
It
this
did.
big lately, right?
It is very strange. Like, I tried it thinking, okay, I'm just going to quit Googling something and I'm going to go, and it was not, I shouldn't,
Totally
not
different
disparaging. I'm not disparaging.
Yes.
I'm just saying it is different.
It is.
It is not
totally
the
is
same
different.
amount. You've got to
Yeah.
be able to find it somewhere else, which means you've got to be somewhere else. Am I right?
And I think you'll find that a lot of people pull out their pocket and they've got a phone, right? And they have Google at their fingertips, and that's just the most convenient.
Yeah.
And then even now, you don't even have to type it, you just voice to text.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking for a plumber in Idaho Falls, or who's the best dentist,
Yeah.
or something like that.
So in my car, That even happens. I'm
right.
driving
At the red light, right?
at red light, and I hit the little voice button, right? And I say,
Because we don't search or text while we're driving.
no, we do not. We do not do such things. Yeah. So it is. That is an interesting thing that it comes up that's where it is. There was a funny joke. Not to be off on a tangent at this point, but there's a funny joke that I saw on Facebook that said, "No one gets to say I don't know anymore."
Right.
Because then the response is, "Why are your thumbs broken?" Thank you. You guys.
That's good. That was good.
You guys
That
around.
is good.
Feel really good about it. Okay, so before we get too deep into this further, tell us if someone needs your services, how do they find out more? Where do they go to learn more or to get in touch with you?
The easiest place to get in touch with us is right on our website, which is arcanemarketing.com. In the lower right-hand corner, there's a little chat feature. So if you don't have a moment to talk, you can just text on your phone, and we'll respond as soon as we can get back to it.
That's really helpful.
It makes it easy. Or you fill out a contact form, and we'll just reach back out to you.
Can they wander in the door?
Yes. Sure. Yes, they can.
They can come in and just wander in. And can they? So they on your website? Do you guys do social media? Can they contact you through Messenger or anything like that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. On our Facebook page and our Instagram page, those are the two big ones for us right now.
Okay.
The
Contact form.
Yep. There contact forms on our website. Yeah. People can just walk in. We've actually had that happen a couple times. It's not as common for us.
Yeah.
Most of our clients, I mean, we have a handful of clients here in Southeast Idaho. We love them, and we bend over backwards for all of them. But we have a lot of national clients that are around in like New York and North Carolina and Florida and Texas and California and Nevada. They're everywhere.
Makes sense. All right, so let's get into it. So we've got Arcane Marketing, but then now Ryan, you said RiseX. So tell us what that is. So let's go into the details because there's more than
more
this.
details. Yeah, it's interesting how a digital marketing agency might start an event business, right?
Seems reasonable.
Doesn't make a lot of sense. Well, the reality is one of our core values is we really believe in giving back to the community. Very similar to like what you guys do.
Love that.
And we realized in this community specifically, especially in the businesses, with businesses all across the community, that there's this siloing effect, right, of businesses in Idaho Falls do not necessarily do business in Pocatello. And they don't do business in Rigby, and they don't do business in Rexburg. Excuse me. So what we decided to do was figure a way where we could unify the business community as a whole, very similar to like what was happening in Silicon Slopes area down in Utah, that Lehigh area about 9 years ago, and Boise as well. So we decided to put together an event business in June of 2018. I just woke up one morning, like at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, we need to put on an event. And I'm like, kind of, fleeting thought. But then a few days later, I was like, okay, let's do it. So that's when we started our RiseCon events. So RiseCon is an annual event that we put together. We just finished our last virtual event just a few weeks ago, and it was a phenomenal experience. It's fun to bring business owners together, connect them more effectively, and our mission statement is becoming more, living higher, and elevating business. So we really try to give them that environment like you guys do as well, to network, connect, build authentic relationships, and grow and scale businesses.
Okay, so someone who, the word networking to a small business owner is enough to make some people want to just throw up. Because they're like, listen, I make X, I make this thing, and I do this really great. I don't know, I don't like to talk, I like to work.
Yeah.
So they don't this
get out
is
and
not
connect.
exciting for them,
Well,
right?
and the word networking, I think, has been overused so often that people think, well, if I'm going to go network, I'm going to go give a sales pitch.
Yeah, in the wrong way.
I'm going to give a 60-second commercial and hope that something happens. Or I'm going to go pass business cards and hope that something sticks. Well, the reality is, if there's not an authentic connection among business owners, then there's no real opportunity to create that environment for them. So we've flipped that switch. Instead of having a pitch fest, if you will, and talking to each other and passing cards and 10 and 60-second commercials, right? We decided to change it up and say, how can we most effectively build authentic relationships with businesses inside of an environment where they can really grow and thrive?
Yeah.
So a lot of the conversations around RiseCon, a lot of the conversations that we do on monthly coaching type events where we get 30 to 50 to, we've had up to 100 businesses in the same room, and we give them the opportunity to work together as groups to coach each other on pain points that they may have in their business, because then it opens that door, it breaks down that wall of, okay, I'm a business and I'm doing really well in all things, to, you know what, maybe I do have a concern and maybe you can help me with that concern. So I'm going to lower that barrier a little bit, and that's when the authenticity begins.
That makes
Right?
sense.
And so now we're forming different relationships with people that may feel like networking, the traditional form of networking, is passing cards to, and I've built a strong relationship. Now you've helped me. Who else do you know that can help me in my business to see businesses grow and be elevated collectively? So it's a fascinating dynamic, and we've seen a lot of success with the people that we have inside of our VIP group, and just a lot of fun with the authenticity that's built inside of that relationship.
So how do they get involved in this? So
Yeah.
again, that's a hard step, right?
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like something I should do, but they don't take that step or know what to do.
For us, it's very simple. We have every second Wednesday of the month, we spend a couple hours together from like 10 to 12:30. It's the first time that people show up. It's a free event. They get to come into our virtual rooms and experience it, right? And then if they want to be involved or want to do something with it beyond that, then we have a follow-up conversation. It is a monthly paid system, and the reason we do that is because we feel like if people aren't willing to invest in themselves, then they're not going to progress anyway.
Right.
I've done that. I've done the free for way too many years,
Right.
and I feel like we as an organization have a moral obligation to help them grow by having them commit to a few things. So.
Yeah. Awesome. That's amazing. Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's
you
fun.
guys have more stuff.
Oh, there's
You
lots
want
of
to
stuff.
wander around and
So
show
many,
us a
they're
little
like
more?
an onion, right? There's layers.
Yeah, but let's take a look. Show us some stuff so when people they have an idea what's going on in here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why don't we
Where do you
take
wanna
you? Let's take you this way. I think
Okay.
Terry might be on a call, but let's take you this way. So we just recently, one of the ways that we grow here at Arcane Marketing, RiseX, kind of our holdings company, is we love acquisitions, right? So Terry's probably on a call here, but let's just take a quick peek in.
We'll wave in.
We'll just wave in. That's Terry Hansen.
Run my own company for the last several years.
Terry's been in sales and coaching for a long time, and we just this last week decided to bring him in to help our company grow even more. So he's one of those team
So I
members.
don't yell in his
You can
phone
have
call.
Jared. You can take a quick picture of Jared. He's in
Jared!
here as well. He's hiding behind.
He looks so if we catch him all at the perfect time, they're like, "Oh, look at me typing
Yeah.
away on my computer." Awesome.
Jared's like, I need to get somewhere. I got to do something, right? Jared.
And if he's not busy enough, we just start stacking stuff on his desk.
right. That's
Excellent
right.
idea.
So Jared actually.
He's very productive.
Yeah. Jared owned a web development company called Marketably. So in July of last year, we merged 5 different companies together.
Wow.
Strategic Social Partners, Marketably, Gravity Pictures, Arcane Marketing, and
To bring all the
to bring
5
it-
fingers of the things that you need that all really work together.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
we realize in the digital marketing world especially that there's a lot of agencies out there, right? And I found, I was running a social media marketing and advertising agency for 9 years. And what we realized is that there's a lot of people that were kind of one-offs, meaning they were really good at one thing, but then they added the additional services because they were profit centers.
Right.
And sometimes it was hard to see the success of those other things by those companies they were working with because they just didn't have the skill set and expertise.
Right.
So when Nate and I started talking, Nate's obviously been in the digital world for what?
14 years
14
now.
years.
Yeah.
Chad, who's our chief operations guy, 12 years. Jared, 12-ish years in the digital marketing world, and I've spent 9 years in the social media world. We just figured, instead of kind of becoming a Me Too type agency, we just decided to bring everybody together and say, let's be the best that we can possibly be
Yeah.
for the organizations that are around here.
It's like getting all marketing hats under one roof, which
pretty
is a
fascinating.
very, very convenient thing to do, to not have to go from one place to one place.
right.
You get all of the
We,
packaging.
we hear that all the time.
Yeah.
And we had, that was the problem we were both having, right?
Yeah.
Is we were like, we had all the social media do really well for big companies, and they're like, well, what else do you guys do?
Yeah.
And can you do this part so I don't have to go to another agency to talk about it?
Yes.
So that's why we were like, well, let's put our heads together and see if we can
Yeah.
make it work.
There's
So-
nothing better in technology than finding a program that you can stick in and not have to go
Yeah.
somewhere else for another
Yeah.
arm of what you want to do in
Yeah.
your business.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's
Exactly.
really convenient.
So yeah, it's been great. Let's go
Awesome.
back this way.
Okay,
We'll
so
go-
before we leave Terry,
Yes.
Terry was just added,
Terry was just added.
and his
so,
is the
so Hansen University. He's been training, consulting, sales, leadership, digital marketing for the last
15
probably about
years.
15 years.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Tell me, okay, I'm a business. How does that apply to me?
You know what's cool is we've got a lot of clients that we've been able to drive a ton of new business to, right? And for some people it's they want new patients, and for some people it's new sales and or new leads as an insurance agent, if you will. And we've been doing a really good job at bringing them these scrubbed and qualified leads, but then they're not always turning into revenue on the back end. And so while we do a good job there, bringing Terry in has now brought an added depth to the fact that we can help train and show the other end. Now we brought it to you. Now finish the transaction.
Take it over the finish line.
Yep.
Instead of just getting in the race.
Yeah, and in a world that
Let's wander this way as we go.
Yeah, and in a world where people continuously want a return on investment, right?
Right.
We give them a pretty good return on ad spend, meaning we
Right.
get them we bring the horse to the water, if you will, but you can't force them to drink. So that's why
Right.
we decided, if we can help facilitate and train their sales teams to understand where the qualified lead comes from, as well as understanding how to convert them, then we can really prove.
Because you can get them to the
good-
door, but the business has got to bring them in
That's right.
and
That's
lock
right.
them down.
And I think that's one of
And
the
that comes
biggest
to sales.
misnomers in the world of digital marketing, right?
Yeah.
Is people think, well, just because I'm online, it's going to generate sales.
Right.
But businesses, local businesses, need to understand that that's a part of the process. It's a part of that touch point to get them to the end game.
Because you got to attract the attention.
That's right.
But the business still has to close the business.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So if we could, we want to just show you sort of where some of the things happen.
Yes.
So it's right through this way
Let's
here.
go behind the. Is this two-way glass? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, so we have Chad's office back here, and
Okay.
Chad is our lead fulfillment. He is the chief strategist over all of the things that we do with our clients, and he's an integral part of what. He's like the center peg, it seems like, with what Arcane Marketing does. He's involved in most things. There's Chad right there.
And on cue, Chad walks out the door.
And
So
then-
let's meet. So Chad, so what's your position here? You didn't get to hear everything you said.
Well, it's a complete lie that these people talk about me here. I'm the Grand Master, of course. I'm the COO, and I'm in charge of the fulfillment department here, where when the clients hire us for their marketing needs, well, we deliver.
Gotcha. So fulfillment to the layman.
Fulfillment is the place where the work, the strategies that we develop for our clients, the keyboard pounding that we do for our clients, this is where it happens here. So
Gotcha.
all these ladies and gentlemen back here, they are strategists, and they're the ones who are actively working with the clients, collaborating with the clients, logging into websites, creating reports, doing all the things, all the magic things that keep our clients happy and paying their invoices.
I love that. I love that. So making sure that the work gets done.
Correct.
That's right.
Correct.
Love that.
So oftentimes with
So
an
that
iron
makes me
fist.
think that these guys maybe don't do as much of the work. I'm a little worried about that.
No comment.
I'm just kidding.
That is the truth. We figured it out,
That's
right? He
right.
has to do the work. We
That's
get to
right.
enjoy the game.
There are some,
No, just
certain
kidding.
some of us who mentioned that have come up with ideas and say, let's get this working, and then we have to have the team.
Yeah.
Every business needs the team.
Well, and that's the most important part.
Yeah, it
right?
is.
Having a team of people that can really do the work in a really professional way,
Yeah.
but that yields results. Because digital marketing, it's a different world,
It is.
right? And if, with the experience that we have in this world, we've gone through a lot of those hiccups. We've learned, and every time that something changes on Facebook or Instagram or Google, like every time something changes, we have to adapt to those changes.
Which I think is one of the big problems that people don't do, especially small businesses, especially they don't, it's not a billboard. You don't create the ad and put it up and leave it there for a year. It is ever evolving and ever changing and to be more
changing,
effective.
absolutely.
And someone's got to be on it. It's just the new world that we live in.
Yeah.
Is,
and here's a point to bring up that's funny, right? Is when I have conversations with people and they'll say, "Oh, have you been in for at least 3 years?" Because in the industry, if you've been around for 3 years, wow, you know a lot of things. You have been around the block, right?
Yeah.
Where I'm in it for 14 years. I don't even know what that makes me. I'm like some OG or something. But, but the fact, we do get involved with all of our clients, and we have had that experience. We already know what not to do and what expensive mistakes not to make. You know why? Because we made them years ago. We already know.
Yeah.
So people tend to get a winning strategy right from the get-go.
Yeah.
And what's interesting as well is even though there's pieces of the puzzle that change, the systems, the strategy, the approach is very similar, right? Because it's all about how do you capture the attention of customers, and how do you take them down that customer journey to where they're willing to buy a product or a service from an organization.
Yeah.
So let's keep going.
Keep going.
I want to show you a few more things back here really
Okay.
quick. So we have a smaller Rise team, but Liam's one of our team members with Rise, the Rise X organization.
How come Liam is in the corner by himself?
Well, he's
Is
not.
that-
He's joining
got
back
most of
here.
the room. Well, Jonathan's back there. Jonathan's
There
our
he
numbers
is.
guy. Jonathan's our numbers guy. He takes care of all the financial components, our controller for all of our organizations.
Love that.
Let's go back this way. We'll
And it doesn't
kinda-
look like we have all of our team
we
members
don't
here
have our
today,
all of them here,
but most.
we're close. And then we've got our videography crew way back in here. I think most of them are prepping for. They've got some more shoots tomorrow and things. I don't even know if Gary's. Is Gary? and
Somebody's
Myles
around
here?
every corner.
Myles is here, Gary's.
Gary's not. Good. Gary's been working hard. We were in Boise yesterday. We did our big press announcement the day after.
Yes.
The day just
By the way, there'll be a
few
link
days ago.
below if you want to see the new announcement that came out yesterday.
You can come say hi to Myles. You can tell Myles a creative guy if you look at his office. So
I'm like,
come chime in.
Myles doesn't get any electricity. Poor
Yeah,
guy.
no.
Oh no, he's got electricity.
He just likes the vibe.
This is the same as Tommy. So Tommy is our guy in video,
Yep,
and
yep.
this is what his office looks like as
Right?
well. It is
Yeah.
funny.
So
a
Myles is
funny
our
thing.
creative director, and he runs Gravity Pictures.
Okay, so that
is
leads
one
me to
of the
another question of gravity, but maybe I need to ask Myles.
That's probably the right
Myles
guy.
All
is
right, Myles.
always happy to answer questions.
Okay, Myles. Can I turn on your light or will you turn to dust? Okay.
Just leave it off.
Oh, he's got it. Tommy says no. Okay, so in this, my next question is this is the next thing in marketing, and we know this very well, is the video, right?
Sure.
And business hates the idea of doing video.
I disagree with that.
You think there are business owners that go, yay,
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to be on a video.
Oh, on a video? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in that, do you find that this is something that you can help people overcome, is getting the idea of moving into
sure.
that video area?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah, we try to make it as comfortable as possible, right? So we go through the process, we sit down together, kind of talk about this is what we can expect, and then we just have a conversation. And of course that changes depending on the scope of the video, right? And what the purpose and the story is that we're trying to tell within that video. But yeah, we've had a lot of people that are nervous that come out saying, you know what, that wasn't too bad.
That is, I think, one of the things that most people will find out is if you have someone helping you, it isn't as bad as you think it's going to be.
No, it's fairly easy,
And a
there's
good
nothing
video-
more powerful.
That is true. A good video person makes you look great.
Sure, yeah.
Makes you look
Couldn't
good. It
agree
makes
more.
all those things that work. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So what do you think is the number one thing that video does in marketing for people?
It's the best way to tell stories, right? I mean, we can put up photos, which is great, with great copy, which is great. We can read blogs, but everyone consumes more video than every other medium combined.
Yeah.
There's more videos being watched than all other mediums combined, right?
Yeah.
And there's no better way to tell a story. We can manipulate through visuals, through sound, through coloring, through lighting, all of those things you have control of in video. There's no better way to get your story and your message out.
Yeah. And so if someone's doing video, having a professional with you sure makes it great.
Oh yeah.
We've
Yeah,
seen.
for
I have
sure.
videos with me alone, and then I have videos that have Tommy help me.
Sure.
And there's a significant difference in those two
Sure.
videos,
Right.
and that makes it better. Well, that's awesome. So in this, they come in and you're going to help them make a video. Is it a commercial or is it video for social media? Is it all things?
Yeah, pretty much whatever. We sit down with the client and I ask, okay, what do you want? What do you want out of this? What's your goals? I want to understand their business, where they want to take that business, and then we develop a plan together of how to get there, right?
What if they don't know what they want?
That's
you help
great.
them get there?
Oh yeah, of course. That's what we're here to do, right?
That's awesome.
What we're here to help with. So whether it's talking head or a promotional piece, maybe it's just an awareness ad. Maybe they're looking for heritage pieces and need longer form storytell, documentary style video. We do all of that.
It's awesome. All right, thanks for letting us pop in.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go this way.
It's
Lead
always
the
fun
way.
catching Myles off guard.
That's right. I love that.
You see how articulate
That's what's
he is.
good. That's what's good video is you come in.
That's
Hey,
exactly right.
Here we are.
Okay,
with the
we'll show
camera.
you. We'll show you now. Our studio's not set up very well right now, just because we don't have anybody shooting today. But this is our studio
Look
space,
at this.
and this is one of kind of the last companies that we own and operate.
yes.
And Nate, if you want to kind of take through and walk through what those.
We have formulated a couple of years ago some different products, but in particular these three products right here we have formulated. There's a metal polish, there's kind of a concentrate, an everyday use, there's a spray wax detailer, and then we also carry a line of some of the top end anti-fog spray and cleaner. It's been really big lately because of masks and glasses
yes,
with your masks on,
yes.
not fogging up, right?
Right.
Your windshields of your car and sports equipment and goggles and all the kinds of things. But anyway, so we actually manufacture and sell all of these products.
Really?
Not, it's been picking up a lot lately, but we do a lot of it on Amazon. And so the cool part is now we've been able to figure out some of the tough things and grow a really great revenue business on Amazon. And now we can tell others how that works too.
That's amazing. There are very few ad agencies that say, hey, we have grown a product. We have literally been through those trenches. That is very cool.
Yeah, and the biggest thing with the product that just, like, it blows my mind is that there's, metal polishes that have been around for years, since the early 20s of 1900s, right? And but the formula for how they make them, by and large, hasn't changed. And so they have some petroleum that's in it, and then in order to hold the petroleum together, there's rouge, and that literally scratches the surface to remove oxidation. And what we have figured out is how to not have any petroleum or any rouge, and the petroleum leaves behind that hazy look that you have to buff, right? So
right.
you hear people buffing their metal, whether and really it's really common, like on motorcycles and classic
the chrome,
cars.
right?
And
You want to
chrome.
buff it
Yep.
out, right?
Our polish is all water-based, and so you just wipe it on and wipe it off, and it's done. It literally takes like a quarter of the time of any other polishing out there. So that's been catching on in the community, all over the U.S.
Well,
and
that's
even in the
seems a
world.
very eco-friendly
And it is
type
eco-friendly.
of a thing. Yeah.
Definitely.
Wow. How very cool is that?
So yeah, super
You guys
cool.
are
Who would have known,
surprising
right?
me around every corner.
We
Fantastic.
can tell people, oh yeah, we've done that.
Yeah.
Like literally, we've done it. So
Yeah.
yes,
That is
yes.
very cool. And so they can also find this on Amazon.
They can, or on quicksheen.com.
Link below. Excellent. Fantastic. So this is also where, if they're going to come in for marketing, you guys have a spot for them. If they have a product, if they need a video, you
Take
guys have
product
a space.
shots. We do. There's lots of different ways we can set this up. This transforms in so many ways you would never know it's the same room.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Awesome lighting that we create and just create the atmosphere of whatever the business owner wants. So we've shot anywhere from webinars for large organizations in terms of like medical practices. We've shot training videos for and a lot of different organizations as well.
So that-
we bring them in here into the studio and we just set it up and we shoot.
A lot of our videos for Arcane Marketing are done in here.
Ah, a lot of people have to train over
Yeah.
and over, and they don't realize the power if they had training videos. And
Well,
having
we
this
had
in
that situation with a company wanted to do training videos because they were hiring new employees like crazy and
Yeah.
going through the process over and over, and we made these training videos and it just made life much
Yeah.
easier. It
Well,
was
as a matter of fact, that specific organization is one of those organizations that has to get validated by the state in terms of compliance and so on and so
yes.
forth.
Oh, wow.
And my good friend who runs that company said, this is the first time ever that an organization like this has gone through the compliance process without any hiccups, because they built the system, right? They built the system. And I mean, we work with so many different people, even people that want to build a course. So authors that are like, I want to get my message out into the world. We build courses, and we've actually built a lot of our own courses inside of RiseCon and the RiseX environment. We've taken all of the content inside of all of our RiseX mastermind events, all of our RiseCon events, and we have an educational library. So if a business needs a resource, like, how do I build culture inside of my company? We have at least 4 presentations from some of the top leaders in Idaho and even around the country that have presented, and they can just jump in and say, okay, I have that training. Where it's just, we just tried to create resources, like you said before, right? We tried to create resources to help businesses get ahead. And whether that's helping them drive revenue through marketing or helping them make the connections, find the information, get the education, build elements of accountability so they can grow and scale. That's really what we're trying to do. And that's, I guess, how there's kind of a weird hybrid fit of Arcane Marketing with
it's
with
amazing.
RiseCon and RiseX.
I mean, you think about all that, because all of that naturally flows of, if I'm looking for a resource of business, then I have to go to the next place. But the idea is that you guys are seeing, this is another part of business that you're going to need, and you're adding in that acquisition aspect of these are areas that now let's take you to the next in this part. And we have, by the way, we have a division for that.
Yeah.
And because I think about it, you have all the training videos, but now where I'm going to store them and how do they get there? And that all then now becomes web-based, and you need help with that.
You know, and I'll
Right?
even bring up another point too. Everybody, the number one thing I get asked is, well, what are the like the hacks? What are the quick secrets? And right now and has been for a couple of years. But very few people, I mean, it's a little bit more adopted, but very few people are doing video. Video has 52 times more engagement than an image. 52 times, okay?
Yeah.
And beyond that, our best successes, like our quick wins with companies, is when they come and create a video and then we throw some ads at the video. And you can use and abuse that video over and over and over in many different channels, many different places, so it's an asset that you create.
Yeah.
And initially, some people, I think, get a little bit of a shock of, well, what goes into a video? And there's a lot that goes into it, right?
Yeah.
But the result at the end, it far outweighs the cost.
That's
Absolutely.
amazing. It makes everyone throw up a little bit in their mouth.
Yeah.
Video, I mean, that's the one thing that we found, especially
You're
through Nosy
exactly right.
Neighbors,
Yeah.
is everyone would go, I don't think I want to be on the video.
Yeah.
That is the first thing everyone says. I don't want to be on the video. And there is just something, and I say, well, let's just consider this. Unless you're doing your business behind the curtain as the Wizard of Oz, they're going to see you. And this is what you look like. And I think, Nathan, you look great.
Oh.
So the only person you're having an issue with is what you think. And so video is excellent. And there's nothing I love more than a customer walking up to me in a store and thinking they know me because we've made a connection. And that doesn't happen in picture, and that doesn't happen in print.
That's right.
That happens in video. And if you have someone helping you get over that hump, you are going to find, especially a small community, we want to know each other. I want to see you in Albertsons and go, Ryan, you know what? Oh man, I've been thinking about coming in and I need some help. I want you to approach me, and that happens in video.
Yeah.
Well, just from yesterday's event with our press conference, yesterday morning, in preparation for it, I had 2 or 3 people approach me at the gym and say, "Are you excited for this?" And this morning, after it happened, I saw it, or I missed it, but where can I see it? And they were. I didn't approach them, right? So
Well, and it's fascinating. I mean, if you go back to the beginning of kind of where we started, right, of this whole thing, we just believe that attention and authenticity is the key, right? If you're a business owner and you want to stay behind the Wizard of Oz curtain, your business isn't going to grow.
Yeah.
It's just an environment today where we have to open the doors. We have to show people that we're real, because that's what's selling right now.
Yeah.
The reality
Otherwise,
of business.
YouTube would never have existed, right? If
That's
it had to be
exactly right.
perfect
That's
and
exactly
polished
right.
and
Well, and
shiny.
you look at, like, statistically, right? Even Facebook video assets, the pre-recorded, professionally put together assets, typically convert at like a 20 to 30%, whereas the authentic, real, the raw, it's like 80%. So leveraging, but professional video is a key critical component.
Yeah.
'Cause
This
some
may
people-
look like a dumpster fire, but this is actually a professional video.
Yeah, yeah.
But
and-
this is how it works. It's
Yeah.
authentic, and it's with quality.
Yeah.
Quality
Yeah.
dumpster fires
That's
is
right.
what I call these.
Well, and they're perfect, right?
Yeah.
Because you catch the real, the raw, the authentic, and you get a chance to really get to know people. Whereas most times in marketing, over the past 10, 15, 20 years, it's been staged.
Yeah.
Right? We're just trying to get away from that, telling an authentic story. And if you look at it, the world is craving that right now. More
Well,
than
I
ever
saw
has.
a study that someone said the millennial generation, the next generation, they will not read testimonials because they know you curated those testimonials.
That's
But
right.
you leave out the bad ones and you kept the ones you wanted them to say,
yeah.
right? So we don't
Yep.
trust us. Guess what I want? I want a review.
That's right.
I want a review online that you can't mess up, that you can't go in and modify. That's where my validity comes in. And I think video, especially authentic video,
Yeah.
gives that. They're going to see me mess up. They're going to see that I talk too much, that I wave my hands about, that, you know, all those kind of things. My hair looks bad or whatever. This is who I am.
That's who we are.
But in reality,
That's right.
Simon Sinek goes back to that. We work with someone why they do it, not what
That's
they do, and the video gives that.
You know, what's funny is he has another statement, and I have quoted it in the last month with talking about people getting on video, and they're like, I'm just uncomfortable. Anyway, one famous thing that stuck out for me from him is he says, in business, if it feels uncomfortable, you should probably be doing it.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. That's
And
really
there's lots
powerful.
of implications that come from that.
Yeah.
It's a deep thought.
It is a deep thought. There's a lot, and then I'm uncomfortable thinking about it because that means then, you know, we have to be there. So that's awesome.
We've got you some stuff.
No,
This is the Rise
swag!
Nation. Swag is always bomb.
Look at that.
So we call our community Rise Nation. So we've got a couple of hats for you guys. We've got
Love
some
that.
socks.
Oh my word,
We
that's
love
very
our
cool.
socks.
The
I mean,
socks are
I wear them.
popular.
Oh, I don't have mine
Look
on
at
today, but I
that.
wear them all the time.
Socks
so,
are the thing. You guys are awesome.
And these pens are bomb too. They're pretty dang cool.
That is pretty awesome.
I'm sure
Thank you.
we've got other
do.
swag that we'll leave it
Pop
to.
sockets.
Pop sockets, gravity pictures. We've got
You
made, I'm
guys
sure,
are
Arcane
marketing
Marketing.
extraordinaire. This is not messing around with marketing right there. That's how you do it. I love that. That's also another thing. The swag is people validate you, right? And that swag idea of people love that.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Especially when it's in socks.
Oh my word. And socks
That's
are a
been
thing,
ultra popular.
right?
They are super comfortable. You're going to
That
love
is
them.
fantastic. All right, did we miss anything? Have we not covered an arm of Arcane Marketing, RiseX? I'm thinking of all the, I forget, productions.
No, one other business that we're trying to explore even in more depth is we love bringing the right people to the table, right? So that we have a strategy, an arm of our business that's legitimately mergers and acquisitions, and we're constantly looking for ways to improve businesses by bringing things in that might be our weakness right now. You know, we really have strengths in a lot of areas, but the digital marketing world is crazy and it's ever changing, and so we're always in, if business owners, and we love working with solopreneurs, there's a lot of people out there. The cool thing is we have such a big book of business that it's like, hey, well, if you do email marketing, for instance, we'd love to find someone that's good at email marketing and just bring them in as part of our business. Because we have 100 plus clients that are like, we need to email market.
Yeah.
And again, the one thing that we really pride ourselves on is if we aren't experts at it, we really don't touch it. Right?
We don't want to be just okay. We
Yeah.
wanna
You're not
be
going to
the
add an
best.
arm just because someone needs the arm,
No.
in, like you said, a
Correct.
profit center, right?
It just
Right.
doesn't ring true to who we are and really the value that we try to bring to businesses.
So if somebody's out there and says, hey, you know what, I think they could reach out to you guys and say, this is what I do.
yeah.
Well,
And
the
I'm
truth-
looking
the
to
truth
grow.
is, if we pull the curtain back just a little bit, we have 2 or 3 ideas that are seeds right now that we plan
Yeah.
to pursue.
Yep.
Maybe it's one of you.
Maybe it's you. Maybe it's you,
But
sir,
if you've got that
sitting in your
idea,
basement.
come bring it.
That's
Let's talk.
right. I
We're
love that.
open to conversation.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
love conversations. We love that's how it happened with Terry. He's
Yeah.
like, well, I don't, because he went through a pretty horrific accident recently, where where he fell off of a cliff and so on and so forth. And he's just like, man, I've had a life altering experience, and I don't know if I really want to be all by myself again.
Yeah.
And do it all by myself because there's complexities that I'm running into. We're like, well, let's have a conversation. That's where it usually starts.
Yeah.
We're open to conversations, and listen, it has to be a win-win-win for everybody,
Yeah.
right? We're not in the game of
We're not
bringing people.
selfish.
We're not.
Yeah.
We're not in the game of bringing people to the table that are like, well, we're going to take everything and leave you out on the dust. We're like,
Right.
let's find something that works together, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't,
Yeah.
it doesn't. Like, totally cool. There's enough in this world for everybody.
Well, what's interesting is that also should be pretty much everyone's business mindset. If you want
you would
growth,
think.
if you can open yourself to that,
Yeah.
that's when the opportunities really become amazing. Is when you open and say, listen, I don't need to hide my stuff. I can open myself up to the possibility of someone else entering my circle, and maybe our circle gets bigger together.
That's right.
And
We
yeah.
went. I would tell you that years ago, when I first met Ryan and started working with him, and we had the same mindset, the same morals, we had the same direction and drive, and we just came together and thought, why are we trying to do this independently when we could be stronger together?
Mm-hmm.
My thought was, do I really need that? And honestly, if I let my ego step aside, yes, I definitely do. Ryan has been such an awesome
Same thing.
addition, right? And same with Jared, and same with Coulter and Myles. And I'm humbled every day when I think I'm pretty good at something, I'm really not. And they teach me lessons. And that's what our environment is collectively like that. That's the culture we try and build, not only for our company internally, but for our clients. Maybe that's why we win.
Yeah. It probably is. Well, that's what you want to be a part of, right? That's how you hope. Every business hopes they feel like that.
That's right.
That's a pretty process.
It's fun.
It's awesome.
It's a fun process. We're growing and we're finding different ways to be creative in business. And
Yeah.
I think my passion specifically, which is why we started the RiseX movement, is there's so many business owners out there that feel all alone.
Yeah.
Like, I have to do this by myself. And especially in a small community, we have more small businesses in this community than we have big businesses.
Yeah.
And so giving them an element of hope, an idea of there are people out there that feel the same way that I do, that have the same experiences that I can actually go and talk to.
Yeah.
Like, that's why we open the doors and just say, come, let's just grow together.
Yeah.
Because I do think, you probably have the same sentiment being in the real estate world, right? There's a huge influx of people from all across the country that are coming this way.
Yeah.
And if we're not prepared, from my perspective, if we're not prepared from an economic perspective, we're not going to be able to keep them here.
Yeah.
We're not going to be able to keep these qualified people. And if we can't get past ourselves in terms of business owners, I'm not saying everybody's like that. Please don't take that wrong. But if we can't open our minds and be open to the idea of other ideas from different communities that can strengthen what we have here, if we can't get past that, we're going to struggle.
Instead of thinking they're coming to replace, we got to consider it's coming to add.
That's exactly right.
We come to add. Yeah.
I mean, you look at, there's some incredible organizations that aren't from here initially that are here now that are like employing hundreds of people.
Yep.
And it's just such a blessing to the community. It's such a blessing to the environment that we live in to have qualified people that are here that can help feed in and invest in and dive in and help us all grow.
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, I'm born and raised here my whole life. I'm not going anywhere. And we want to create that same environment so people feel the same.
Dang it.
Well,
that's right.
I hope not to go anywhere. At least as of right now, we're not going
Well, I
anywhere,
think
so
that's because that's
been
true.
fun.
That's where we show our true care for our community.
That's
right.
right.
Is when we start to say we want it to be successful, and we aren't afraid. We embrace the growth, and if we go into it open-minded and with open arms, man, great things can happen, and great things can be discovered.
I think that's probably the toughest thing is that we discover these things all the time, and we're always learning and from lots of different people. But there's so much left to do, so many things to discover, and that's why we always talk about let's just start a conversation. There's no obligation. We can give you all of the secrets, and you don't even have to pay us.
Yeah.
Yep.
We just want to help.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. You guys are amazing. Awesome.
Thanks for coming and spending time
thank
with us.
you.
It was awesome. It was fun.
Oh, it was super
Fun having
fun.
the
I love
conversation.
the story behind.
Yeah, it's
That's my
fascinating.
favorite thing about Nosy Neighbors is this is what it is, but this is you guys behind it. It's super fun.
It's hard because we could probably talk about it all day.
Oh, yeah.
But we're like trying to truncate it into just a couple minutes.
Everybody says to me, why aren't Nosy Neighbors videos 3 minutes? Isn't it supposed to be 3 minutes or less? I said, have you even, once you start, I'm like, tell me more about that. And what did you do? And what is all? I said, that's,
Everyone
watch it
has
for
a
3
story.
minutes. But the stories behind our local businesses in Idaho Falls are the amazing parts of Idaho Falls. And the people behind it makes everything amazing. So you guys are amazing.
Thank
This
you.
is amazing. Okay, you guys, check out Arcane Marketing. We'll link below to their page and see all the services they've got. If you've got a business and you've got an idea, man, getting somebody on board to help you with that is phenomenal. So don't miss out on that opportunity to grow and do that. Give them a call. Check out their page. Check out RiseCon. Is it next year?
RiseCon will be next year.
Once a year?
Yep, we do it the first Thursday, Friday in November.
Perfect.
I'm hoping we will be live. I so much prefer to be live.
That's right.
So we're shooting for it, but yep, that's next year. And then like I said, every second Wednesday of the month, we have a RiseX event.
Okay, link below. Check it out. That's awesome. All right, you guys, this has been Jessica Carton, your nosy neighbor, keeping you in the know.
Nosy neighbors, keeping you in the know.
Nosy neighbors, keeping you in the know. Nosy neighbors, keeping you in the know.
The Nosy Neighbors, keeping you in the know.
Hey guys, we're here with the Nosy Neighbors, and we're keeping you in the know.
So the Nosy Neighbors keeping you in the know.
The Nosy Neighbors are going to keep you in the know.